What's going on, great friends? It is Friday. It's at the end of the week, at least for you guys. And like I was corrected last week, it is our Hump Wednesday, Humpback Wednesday, whatever you guys want to consume. I don't care. It is our Wednesday. It is your Friday. Hopefully, you guys enjoy your week so far. Hopefully, you guys have a big weekend ahead of you. I know we do. We'll explain more into that in a little bit. We are coming from the StreamYard studio, the proud home of the TNC Sports Talk. Create your own podcast, YouTube videos, and more. Go to streamyard.com. Want to give a quick shout out to Place It. Place It is by Envato. Create your mockups, logos, and videos through Place It. Head on over to placeit.net to try now. Also, like to give a quick shout out to Canva. Create custom made videos through Canva. Canva.com is the place to go. Epidemic Sound. Discover your world class artists, composers, and bands. Find your perfect soundtrack and give your social media accounts the music they deserve. Epidemicsound.com for more information. Last but not least, Stream Elements. With one click of a button, easily create and start selling your merchandise through Stream Elements. It's that simple. You go to Stream Elements, you create, you log in, you create an account. It's free. You upload your logos to whatever brand products they have, and then you hit publish. They do the rest. They create your domain. Customers will go shop there. They'll make the product to order. They'll send them out to the customers. You get your profit. So I know there's a lot of other options out there, T Public, all that stuff. Um, Stream Elements right now is the place that we go. Talking about Stream Elements, I would like to personally invite you guys out to check out our merchandise page. If you guys like the J and Trey podcast, if you like the TNC Sports Talk, head on over to merch.streamelements.com/JJ Talk Show. Once again, that is merch.streamelements.com/JJ Talk Show. All right. Got a busy 2 hours episode. I got Jake and Trey waiting for us in the studio. So without further ado, let's begin. The Jay and Trey podcast starts now. Alrighty, everyone. Happy Friday. Let me get everything cleared up here. Um, Gosh, I will tell you, we have not started off so great. Technical difficulties. This is when that sign tells you, hey, you got to get a new laptop, man, because I don't know how much more this laptop's going to be able to take what we have going on. Well, hey, it is Friday, January 14th, 2022. I got both Jake and Trey in the studio for a 3-day weekend. I just want to explain to you the schedule that we have going up. So today we're going to bring you until 12:15 because we got a late start. Tomorrow, we will be on from 1 to 3. All right, because Trey and I have a wrestling venue that we will be attending. And then we'll be back again Sunday twice, not once, but twice. One at noon, because we will be bringing to you the Philadelphia Eagles and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers live from this channel. We'll give you the broadcast streaming. I know Jake is going to be involved. Don't know yet about Trey, but we'll see. But then also we come back at the tomorrow Sunday night for a 3-hour episode because we got not only Riley Matthews, an NWF wrestling star, we also got Armchair Booking. Both Steve Barber and Dwaylon Davis will be joining us on our show on Sunday night. So that's our lineup for the show. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, we thank you guys. We welcome you guys into the StreamYard studio. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Also, leave us a comment. We love the interactions. We may not be able to get to all of them, but we will definitely read the comments and try to share some of them out here on our channel. If you guys can't watch us live, it is a-okay because we have we're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts. So there's more than one way to be able to tune in to us. You guys could also check out our social media pages on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at TNC Sports Talk. So today we waited for specifically for Trey because we wanted to talk a lot about wrestling. We wanted to talk a lot about we did we're going to mainly heavily on the Raw recap a little bit, uh, a little bit of AEW talk as well. We got Jake takes on Trey. We got the 5 minutes of fame there. So we have a lot for you guys today. Here's the interesting thing that I kind of want to open up because Jake ended off our show yesterday talking a lot about music. I kind of want to open up our show today talking a little bit more about music. Um, I don't know. No, I know Jake's very interested in music. I think this will be a segment for Courtney in this, so I don't know if she's tuning in to us. But Jake, I'm going to bring you in here first. Have you heard of a big annual venue called Coachella?
Yes, yes, I've heard of a. I think this
Lineup
event has been going on for.
yesterday. The lineup of Coachella came out yesterday. Have you got a chance to look at that lineup?
No, no,
So
I've not.
okay, so they are highlighting three, and I just wanted just to bring this into you because for people who don't know, which is kind of redundant because Coachella's been around. I know last year they had to cancel it, but this year they actually have a two weekend back to back weekends. The first weekend is available on April 15th to the 17th, and then April 22nd to the 24th, and it's in Empire. It's in Empire Polo Club in Indio, California. That's where it's going to be held at.
Okay,
And so they're highlighting three big star names:
okay,
Harry Styles,
okay.
Billie Eilish,
Obviously, yeah.
and Ye,
I gotta say this though, and that
aka Kanye West.
I am really interested in seeing what Kanye has been doing because I've been hearing a lot about Kanye. After Dawn to drop last year, and don't get me wrong, it wasn't a bad album. It was just like not
Mm.
one of his best, but I do know he is in works of making Donda 2. Hairstyles, I mean, Hairstyles, he's really, really good. I mean, I like some of his songs. Billie Eilish, I really, really like Billie Eilish, one of the most incredible artists out there, and yet she's a very unique one in a way. And by the way, before we continue on, I want to say, I want to say a thank you.
You obviously haven't been to Coachella.
No, no, I've not been to Coachella, but I have seen a lot of the stuff from, like, say, I think it was like Diplo, and then I think Daft Punk was there at one point. It's a
Yeah,
very huge event.
I will tell you this. I feel old because I mean, although I've never been to, but it's like $600 a ticket. You go out to the middle of nowhere in the hot ass desert storm just to jump up and down and be all sweaty on each other. Like that is absolutely just I don't know, probably the worst experience. Like if you, I mean, and the thing is, like I feel like I'm a young lad, but it's like some of these artists, like I don't know. I mean, have you? I mean, I looked at this. You got lineups: Little Baby, Big Sean, Daniel Caesar, uh, Megan the Stallion. I'm
Megan Thee
like,
Stallion is definitely
okay,
going to be it. I mean, the thing is, though, like,
Run
with
the
this generation,
Jewels.
all right?
I mean, like, oh my goodness. I just I'm just I looked I was just looking through the list. It popped open yesterday, and I was just like, oh my goodness. It's like there's over 50 performers performing each day.
Yeah, yeah, that's like with I think they had some sort of festival that SmackDown went to. I know the Kid Leroy performed. I know the Baby went down there to perform on that same event. So yeah, so I mean they're trying to be able to
You
build up
got
all these huge events. So
Beach Bunny, Code Orange.
I've heard of
I mean,
Code
I'm
Orange. I've
just
heard.
Denzel Curry. Ooh. I mean, I mean, emotional oranges.
Huh?
Fat Boy Slim,
I've heard Fat Boy Slim. All right, but the
Freddie
orange.
Gibbs, and Madlib. They got Hot Chip performing. I don't I've never heard of any of these bands.
See. See, like
Trey,
me,
have you heard of any of these bands before?
I have not heard any of them until they're
see,
like orange.
Hey, we want to
but
just welcome Riley while she's out working. We thank you for tuning in. Please let me know if you
hey,
guys.
hey, Justin, real quick, I want to say thank you to the shirt, the autograph, and the diecast. Thank you, which I
Oh
actually have
wow!
the autograph right here.
That's awesome.
Yeah, while you're there,
Thank you.
Jake, let us know how people can win a free autograph from Brian Danielson.
Plain and simple as this. Make sure to head over to our. By the way, I'm hearing an echo from someone. I don't know who it is, but make sure you guys head over to TikTok at TNC Sports Talk, and make sure you guys click on the pinned post so way you guys can check that out. Make sure you guys to leave a comment, follow, and of course share the video. The winner will be announced on the day of the Royal Rumble. Not one winner, but two winners will be announced. So can't wait to get a chance to check that out. This is a certified autograph from that big event that Trey and Justin went to, and it is 100% from Brian Danielson himself. And of course, you can't miss out on that. It's gonna be great stuff. And by the way, I want to say this to you, Justin, and to you, Trey, on behalf of Henderson Performance League. Definitely sending a huge thank you for allowing me to get just to have the platform to share about last night's event. It was a great time. So thank you
Yeah,
guys
how was
for
it?
giving.
Tell what happened yesterday.
Yeah. So I first of all I want to send a shout out to the broadcasters Brody, JoJo, and Ghost Killer for doing so incredible. The Xfinity event was really exciting. All three stages, and it was won by a guy who hasn't even been on a team, who's not even in on a team, but yet he's now. I think his name is Justin. Justin won, and he's now moved over to Joe Gibbs. And then last night for the Cup race. And the crazy thing is, this man, he's never won a race. He's been there since season three, and he finally got the job done. And Fire Slayer, congratulations to Fire Slayer. Awesome week for Hennessy Performance League. If you guys want to check that out, make sure to check out at Hennessy Performance Racing League on YouTube. And yeah, we have a lot more stuff coming your way. I know I'm calling an F1 race tonight on there at 9:55. So yeah, it's going to be a great one. And then we go back to the NASCAR stuff next Wednesday at Phoenix. So, yeah, a great week. And I can honestly say I'm very, very proud of everyone in the league, all the admins and everyone. So, thank you guys for a great week. I'm so, so proud to be a part of that league. And just,
Yeah.
and then plus all that, Thunder Valley Racing League's get ready to come up soon. So, yeah, got to get ready for that as well.
Yeah, you got to get your hands full here coming up in the next couple of weeks. Well, I was just like I said, I was just tuning over, listening, looking over that list, and I'm just like, I for one, I've never heard of half of these guys, half of the performers on Coachella, and I, listen, for a guy who lived in San Diego, I wouldn't say I would never want to go, but it's like essentially it's $600. I mean, would you pay six? Who would you really pay $600 to go see out of
Trey,
that? I mean,
out of
would
that
you really
list,
pay 600? I mean, would you pay $600 to go stand in a crowd that gets bombarded and stampede on to go see Billie Eilish?
no, no.
You know what's interesting is because I think I found it 2 years ago. They even do it on. They have it on YouTube. You can find it on YouTube live. They record it. I found it a lot better just watching the YouTube channel than to actually go to one of those. I don't know.
If
I
Maybe,
I
haven't even
huh?
I haven't even heard of the Coachella before. I actually
Coachella is
don't
just a
even know what
big
it is.
spring event. It's a big spring event. Is where all these kind of like class bands and artists kind of get together, get their name out. There's like several stages that kind of are far enough where from each other that they don't overlap, but yet again are still close to each other that they kind of do overlap. So you hear they bleed into each other, and it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the desert. It's just
I don't know,
I
like
don't know. I just
the thing is with me is like I would much rather go to events. I mean, don't get me wrong with the genre, the pop and rap genre. I love your pop, and I love a little bit of rap. But the thing is, though, I would much rather go see, like if we're talking about like an all out festival, I'd love to go
Yeah,
see I Prevail, Breaking Benjamin, Red, Skillet,
yeah.
Metallica,
Well, I
Slipknot.
mean, and that's the other interesting thing is like I think if I'm not mistaken, there's only going to be like 7 guitar players there. Like, there's everything is going to be all electric. What dubstep, that electric music. Internet wise, instead of actual
Uh, did he froze
I
me?
don't- I think he froze.
I think so too.
music being,
We were
and
having some.
it's one of the biggest music events of the year.
Mm-hmm.
If the
Yeah.
audio is fine, just let me. As long as the audio is fine. If the audio is not fine, then we
Okay.
can make
We're,
adjustments. But I mean,
we're,
yeah, we got a 15-minute late start because of technical difficulties. Things don't want to work in the morning, obviously, and
Yeah.
it's not going to help with it being cold.
No, $600 per ticket. I don't even spend $600 for a ticket for Raw. What makes
Well,
what makes people
who
think I'm gonna
would
spend
even
six?
spend $50? Who would really spend $50 for Raw?
Me?
I mean, I can honestly say after what happened last night at Impact Wrestling, I would much rather go spend like maybe 20, maybe $30 to an Impact event
But
than
even like AEW is not even selling out. But yeah, I mean, okay, so let me ask you this: Are they not selling out because they just don't have fans showing up, or are they not selling out because they are overbooking the arena? Like, I mean, you look at okay, so AEW goes back and forth. They have regular size arenas, and yet again, then they go into smaller venues, right? So you wonder
yeah.
why you could kind of get AEW booked out much easier. And that will when they have a smaller area place that they're doing it at, yeah, it's going to get booked out. There's not a lot of seats. You're not going to get a lot of people there. But if you go out to like Raw, WWE has that area that I don't know that since ever since they after Attitude Era they go to actual arenas where they could fit like
Yeah.
thousands and thousands, and it doesn't necessarily obviously regulate to the crowd ain't gonna show up. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
To me, like like venues like they did for Impact Wrestling and like some of the Ring of Honor stuff. I actually like that because you don't really need a big fancy arena because as long as you be able to have a crowd, doesn't matter how big capacity, then they can be able to put on the best audiences you can
Right.
ever have, and that's what we saw at Hard to Kill and last night's Impact. So
Well,
yeah,
I mean, this was Trey. I was just thinking about this because we were at Cavalcade, which was at the Duke Energy Center, right?
Hmm.
Wasn't AEW when AEW was in town? I believe the Duke Energy Center.
I actually think they were at the
Well,
University of Cincinnati.
yeah, they were at
was
Cincinnati,
it
and then
okay?
yeah, it was, and they had a really great
But
crowd
anyways,
down
like
there.
those venues aren't big. I guess that's the thing for me is that you have like the university stadiums. They're not as big as like an actual Staples Center or MG Madison Square Garden or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
not like you're not the work. I mean, people want to emphasize, oh well, you're not selling out. You got to use the black curtain. Well, I mean, AEW on Wednesday they used a lot of blackout in their show. The
yeah, they
entire
did.
arena was blacked out because let me be honest, I don't think they sold out. I don't even
No, they
think they sold
didn't.
half the seats, but which is fine. Like I'm not even complaining about that. Like I guess that's something people shouldn't even be complaining about because I mean, you think of AEW, they're going to Chicago every 2 or 3 months. Why are like
I,
you? Not everyone. You go to see one, you go see all of them. They got to spread them out a little bit, but
I mean, I hate to say this about AEW. It's like here's how they normally do it. They go to Chicago, back to Carolina, they go to Cleveland,
right.
then they go to like some like
They go to New
Midwestern.
York, New
They go to
Jersey.
New
I
York,
mean,
New York, New
yeah.
Jersey. I think they're at Ohio. I think they went to Cincinnati. And so
Right.
I'm just waiting for them to return to West Virginia because
Right, but
we need
why do they go? Why do they go to these local? Why do they return back to Chicago and New York and Florida? Because that's where they get the pop at. Like that's literally where they
yeah.
Right.
get the biggest pops at. That's where they get the biggest fans at. And if you look at territories, that's where they excel at. Like they're not going to go to a place like up in Maine that doesn't sell tickets or doesn't get a crowd reaction. I think. Um, I don't know what Providence doesn't give you a pop reaction. Why go there? But I
Rhode
mean,
Island, I mean, Rhode Island does give you a great chance, but yet, if there's, one venue, and I don't care, how much you have to be able to do for this venue, I would
yeah,
love, and we talked about this the other day, Justin. I would love to see AEW go to the Hammerstein Ballroom because, hey, that's a whole lot of fans that they could be able to fill in just like that, especially with what GCW is doing. I mean, I'm looking forward to
right.
seeing what AEW does, but to me, I feel like the smaller venues give you the best crowd reactions.
Well, I mean, and the fact that you're getting a small, I mean, if you have yourself a big arena and you have yourself a small crowd, you have a lot of echo and you don't get the arena filled up. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like WWE will save them a lot of money if they kind of cut down on some of their like go to universities again. Like cut
Yeah.
down on your costs. Don't have to rent out an entire Heritage Bank Arena if no one's gonna show up.
yeah, I agree.
Which
Especially
is
like around this time of year, and where COVID's kind of spiking again. And who all go out and states are regulating. Hey, we can't do this. We can't do that.
Yeah. Definitely interesting one for
All right,
sure.
you guys.
But
Hey,
well,
we got 2 hours with us. We thank you guys for tuning in. Leave us a comment down below. We are going to be talking some pretty much wrestling all day. Just wrestling recap. And coming up
let's go.
next, we got some new Raw Tag Team Champions. Lovely. I'm excited to hear what Trey has to say about that. That all comes next right here on the J Trey Podcast.
I won't make it easy for you now. You got 2 minutes of my time, and I don't really break too easily, but I'm worth it, cause I'll slip into your dreams tonight. Oh, so give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you would do anything that I want, so keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I wanna make you sweat on me. I got you wrapped around my finger, but don't you try to call me tomorrow. There's nothing personal in having a little fun. You wait and see if it's worth your while. So give me your all. I'll take it to Mars. Oh, I'll stick like glue inside your mind. Just watch me breaking your sweat. You're falling into me, touch me. I swear you would do anything that I want, so keep us awake till the dawn. Baby, feel free. I wanna make you sweat on me. I wanna make you sweat on me.
All right. All right, you guys. Hey. Hey, let's get our head on. Let's get our heads on clear. Try to figure things out. I want to apologize for the first and foremost to anyone who is tuning in. We got been dealing with some technical difficulties with audio and video. So I tell you that I need a new computer or something because this is absolutely just terrible. I've been working at this since like 9 o'clock this morning. So
Wow.
the fact that I've been trying to do all this for like over an hour and we just finally get involved. But hey, we got ourselves up, we got ourselves working, and we got ourselves talking. We're opening up with the WWE. Now, let me ask you, let me ask the people in the comments really fast. Maybe this is just me. Jake, do you still hear an echo?
No, I don't hear an echo.
Okay,
There was
Trey, you
one
don't.
earlier.
I
Nope.
hear an echo in my headset, so I don't know if that's just someone on speaker or someone. I don't know. Anyway, let us know what you guys think. Hey, that the audio quality is not necessarily there. Hopefully you guys give me some feedback. All right. So want to give just a quick shout out to Armchair Booking. We will have them on
After
this Sunday night. Both Steve Barber and Dwaylen Davis. It's kind of two podcasters, two podcast teams, kind of just coming together, elaborating, and then I don't know the details, but I know he wants to get us on, at least if not all of us, one or two of us on their show as well. So let's work something out. Uh, I don't know about what's going to happen Monday. I don't know if I got. I think I got to work Monday, unfortunately, but I
if
know a lot of
they
people
if they
have.
need me, if they need someone Monday, I'll definitely be there Monday to represent us if you want me to.
Okay, so it's usually Monday night. Trey, I think Trey should probably be available too, right?
Monday
Maybe we'll
I'm
see.
pretty much available besides watching Raw, but I can watch it while being on.
Right. Well, knowing you two watching things while being on a show. Oh my goodness.
I'm actually
Yeah.
watching my favorite cartoon ever, which is Tom and
I
Jerry.
I know. I know. It's the good morning show for you, huh?
Oh, it's definitely a
Mhm.
great morning show for him. But yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the topics with WWE.
Hey, 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 hey. Relax. We got 2 hours. We got two
my
whole
bad,
hours.
my bad. Cheers.
You need 2 whole hours. Gosh. I mean, it's only a Friday. Man, I don't want to be working right now. Anyways,
Hardly.
yeah, so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I didn't necessarily watch Raw all the way, other than the fact that Matt Riddle and Randy Orton dropped the titles to Chad Gable and Otis. And Trey, I know you're shaking your
I'm
head
not happy.
furiously. What's going through your mind?
I'm not happy. Otis and Chad don't deserve the titles.
Why you say that?
Why do this to the arcade bro when you got? They're gonna end up breaking them up, and I'm not gonna be happy.
I think
But
I can say
do you think? I just want to ask. Let me just ask a question here. Does keeping them together, how much more can they accomplish? I felt like the last couple weeks they kind of been running stale back to their original days. I mean, and then you're looking to get I mean, I know people are looking to get Matt Riddle a push. Wouldn't this be a perfect time to start working on that push?
Mm, it would, but we can't afford to lose another tag team.
yeah,
Yeah.
considering the fact that that roster is not filled with as many tag teams. You mean you got to think about the current Raw tag team champions Otis and Chad Gable, and of course the Street Profits, the Mysterios, and of course still right
Right.
now RK Bros. So I mean I agree with what Trey's saying, but the problem is though is that you know how I mean we all knew that they weren't going to keep the tag team titles for long. So I mean I could have waited for like say the Royal Rumble, but yet they decided to pull this out on Raw. And I will say this, and not too many people know about this, Well, this is Otis' first championship since he joined the main roster. I mean, Gable, he knows from winning championships whenever he was with American Alpha with
Hmm.
what was his name?
Jason Jordan.
Jason Jordan, thank you. So yeah, I gotta say this, not too many people are really happy about this, but I'm happy for Otis because hey, finally got some tag team gold on him, so yeah, good for him. But the thing is, I don't think they're gonna keep those titles for long. Maybe the Street Profits might be able to get those belts, but then again, it could be Mysterio's. But I really, really hope that they can be able to pull off something with this tag team division because they need to.
Well, I know. I mean, I guess I'll just say this on that behalf. I mean, yeah, you're right, Otis. This. I mean, Chad Gable hasn't really had a successful career since leaving American Alpha.
Mhm.
Otis. I mean, he's had false opportunities. Winning that Money in the Bank contract, setting himself up pretty nicely, but then dropping it to the Miz later on that year. What, back in 2020? So yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, yeah, it works well for them. You're definitely trying to push them. Um, as far as Arcade Bro splitting up, this is probably a perfect opportunity to put them both in the Royal Rumble match, and maybe one eliminates the other. Um,
Yeah.
I have no problem with it. It's gonna eventually happen, but I guess you guys make a point. Not only if you see down the road Arcade Bro splitting up, you just saw AJ and Omos split up. So yeah, they're two tag teams down, but I believe there's going to be opportunity for other tag teams. You get rid of a tag team, you got to make a tag team, and I don't know
Mm-hmm.
exactly who you guys are going to want to make now. Seth and Kevin. I mean, I'm just throwing names out there, but there's going to be opportunities to create tag team chances.
I mean, there is one tag team I completely forgot about before they probably will split them up again. That being Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. So
Well,
yeah,
especially now since they're away from the hurt business, and that's a whole
yeah.
nother conversation. But I think this is a good mix-up. I mean, all right. So let me ask you this to before we advance. Did we There was a lot of stuff that's happened so far this week in wrestling,
Mm-hmm.
but
Mhm.
there was so much stuff that happened last week between Brock Lesnar winning the title, Bobby Lashley becoming number one contender, between 2 nights of Okada main eventing the match, an awesome AEW Dynamite, and it's just all week long, right? Up to Even Hard to Kill was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Did we even have enough time to even soak that in before we got into this week of wrestling?
No.
Not really.
I feel
No. I
like
mean,
a
I.
little bit I'm overwhelmed, with so much stuff going on,
Mm-hmm.
in
I
the
mean,
wrestling world.
the thing is, it's like, my mind has been everywhere between what happened at Hard to Kill with Ring of Honor to the two AEW events. I mean, I think we only
Yeah.
had like what, only 1 day break before we got to Monday, and that was on Sunday. So I mean, it's hard to tell. I
And
mean, like,
realistically, that's not enough time to kind of breathe and soak it in and like take in all the action that happened over the weekend. But yet again, like we're back at it at Raw. We got new tag champs. Which listen, I mean, it's now. I mean, how often do you see just titles changing hands on a Raw, on an actual live show, for first and foremost. And then we're also, like you said, we're on the road to WrestleMania, right? I mean,
mhm.
this stuff leads up to storylines that now you got to watch. Now you want to watch, like, what is next from Matt Riddle and Randy Orton. Obviously, I think a lot of people are assuming that they're going to go one on one at WrestleMania, but then what does this leave for the tag team division? That's what makes it interesting to watch. Another thing, we talk about the tag team division, I got to bring up, who would have thought that Nikki ASH would be the one to turn heel on
Trey was
Not
I
actually
know,
having
me.
I
a
know, Trey, I got to really get your thoughts on this one, Trey. But hey, listen, um, what's going on? Nikki ASH finally turns heel, but she's the one who turns heel on Rhea Ripley.
I definitely thought it would have been Rhea Ripley that turned heel, and it
Right.
definitely surprised me. And
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what happens with Nikki. She gonna turn into her old Nikki Cross? Or is she gonna stay this heel
Yeah.
hero? I'm excited to see what goes on.
Nah, hey, I tell you what's gonna happen is that they're still gonna keep the superhero gimmick, except go from blue to red, make like a red gimmick for Nikki Ash.
I really want to see her go back to the Nikki Cross because the whole reason why they put Nikki Ash on there, right, was because
Hmm.
Mhm.
Karrion Cross. They didn't want to get that mixed up. That's why they changed her name. Well, Karrion Cross is no longer in WWE. I would love to see her go back to Nikki Cross, the psychotic woman with
Yes.
sanity. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
Mhm.
I felt like that character worked for her. Now, do you guys disagree with this whole split up and her turning heel?
Um, I don't. I think they ran its course.
to
Yeah.
me personally, and this is just me, I feel like with the women's tag team division, I mean, there's not really much women's tag teams on this roster. So yeah, this
Yeah.
was definitely a great move from WWE, and yet,
There's
to
not even
me,
enough women alone on this roster.
well,
I
I mean, obviously that, but I feel like, and to me, whenever you see a woman like Rhea Ripley, she's not a tag team wrestler; she's a singles wrestler. There's a reason why she was the former NXT Women's Champion, and former NXT UK Women's Champion, and of course former Raw Women's Champion. So yet, I know her main goal is try to be able to get back in that Royal Rumble like she did last year to be able to be in the final two
Mhm.
again.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you okay, so if you think about it, right, Rhea Ripley, not right, Rhea Ripley, right,
Yeah.
has she was at actually at a place earlier this year, last year, back around SummerSlam, where she was gonna go up in the chain. She was gonna become someone big. But then I felt like they put Nikki Ash with her because Charlotte wanted that attention, and now kind of put her back a little bit in the runnings. Now she's going to kind of get a chance to grow again, kind of become the athlete that they want her to become. Kind of she has phenomenal talent. She's a great athlete. She fits the bill. I think she's going to get there at some point. For Nikki Ash, I mean, Trey, you said it perfectly. Yeah, I think they ran her course too quickly. You think about this. I was listening to a show with Renee on it. Uh and she made a valid point. You think about it, on what, June, it's in the middle of June, she becomes a super hero. Okay, that
Hmm.
within less than a month, she wins the Money in the Bank. She cashes it in to become Raw Women's Championship, and then not even what, like a month after that, she drops it, and then within a month after that, she wins Raw title. She wins the tag team titles for a
Mhm.
while. You know what I'm saying? So like they moved this superhero gimmick very quickly. And I'm honestly saying, there was really nothing else left for her to do. Obviously, they dropped the titles. It's like, what else are you gonna do? I think this is a perfect time to split up. Plus, I mean, this would be a nice rivalry. I mean, listen, Nikki Ash is wonderful at what she does. She loves. I know she loves the company. She'll do anything. She's like that, almost like that Heath Slater of the WWE in this generation. But she, I think she has a lot of potential, and I don't think she's going to be able to show her potential while she's tag team.
Right.
I gotta say this though, and yet I will give credit where credit due as far as the Raw women's side. They definitely did a tremendous job. Whether if it was Nikki turning heel, and of course Dewdrop being the new women's number one contender for Becky Lynch. So tremendous job from the Raw women's side. I really like what I saw this week.
Well, yeah, one thing I also maybe is a little frustrated that we don't see enough when you have the women's tag team division and you don't see it like jumping brands as much as you should think it should,
Yeah,
and
Mhm.
then therefore like it's not being defended as often.
and
Like right
plus
now, it's
there's
on
a
Raw,
yeah, and that those tag team titles were supposed to be defended everywhere, everywhere,
right?
whether if it was on Raw, SmackDown, or even NXT. I
Right.
mean,
But
like
because of the
why?
brand split, you're not gonna put Raw women, rosters over there. Even though you should, like, okay, if you win this title, you need to be versatile. You know,
I mean, whenever those titles came around, that's exactly what they did. I think Sasha and Bailey at one point went to NXT, and they went to SmackDown.
Yep.
They pretty much went everywhere whenever those titles came around. So
well then,
I
and
mean,
then NXT. Here's what happens, and then NXT gets their own women's tag team championship.
yeah, that's stupid in my opinion. But what more can you ask for? I guess.
I mean, plain and simple, WWE has too many titles that they can't keep up with, and they need to start getting rid of some.
It's not the athlete's fault though. It's actually, in my
No.
opinion, it has to be because of the producers, the story writers. Like they're
Mm-hmm.
not
Yeah.
just writing them in properly. Like I think they can handle it. They've had all these titles for. I mean, you think about what do they really have? They have two tag titles. You got a main title on each show and a minor title on each show, and then a women's title. They really don't have that much. I mean, they
Yeah.
combined the cruiserweight with the NXT. NXT has their handshare titles as well. They really don't have more than what you anticipate. I mean, it's just, back in the day, they used to be able to handle that. I mean, when was the last time here? I mean, I'm still frustrated because we haven't seen Shinsuke Nakamura defend his title. When was the last time he defended his title? What, like a month ago?
I tell you, he never defended the
It,
title.
it was WrestleMania last
And
year.
then, yeah, think about this though. Shinsuke Nakamura, I mean, outside of the WWE, he was a former Intercontinental Champion, and he defended that
I
title
guess
on every event. I mean,
it
why is
digresses
he not?
because isn't there? I mean, I mean, we talked about this last year. Isn't there I mean, don't people have rematch clauses also? Like we've seen them not hold the rematch clause entitled to that person. You know what I'm saying? Like, should Big E be the next number one contender to defend Brock Lesnar because he's the one who got pinned? I mean,
Yep,
doesn't he not
yep.
get that rematch clause? How come he can't invoke that? That's a whole nother
Uh,
situation we're going to talk about too today.
Yeah.
We're going to revisit that conversation. I know we talked about a little bit on Sunday, but I want to talk a little bit more about that because that's a little crazy. But I mean, you think about this. I mean, don't titles have to be defended every 30 days
Yes.
somewhere?
Yes. Yes.
I
Yep.
mean, what does he do? Is he going to house shows and defending on the house shows then, and that's qualifies? I mean, I don't remember when that
I don't even think.
qualified.
I don't even think he even defended at house shows, let alone. I mean,
It's
I mean,
ridiculous.
it
it's
is. Well,
stupid.
I mean, listen, I can understand if you are like Brock Lesnar who comes and goes every 3 months. I can handle that. But when you're actually on the show each and every week, like Shinsuke is, he's like very involved. And then not to even mention this title, this what IC title. I mean, I think it's a little far fetched to me, but I don't know. I mean, listen, I'm not the story writers there.
To me, I feel like this is more like a disrespect to the Intercontinental Championship because to me, growing up, I mean, I think I can say this for all of us. The Intercontinental Championship was probably one of the best mid card championships you could ever own. I mean, that
I mean,
title
it's
had a
arguably one of the
legacy,
best titles, period, point blank and period. I
and
mean, it's
I
never really changed its demeanor. It's never had to actually go through renovations. Like you've seen the WWF Championship turn into the WWE with the spinning belts, and then now
yeah.
it is what it is. I mean, the World Heavyweight Champion just got vacated. The IC title has been around for so long, and the only thing has changed was maybe the actual fabric that it was used for the strap.
And that, and I mean, plus, I mean, we've had about three different designs. The old like blue, like
But they
global
still all
type
look the
thing.
same though. Like that's the thing.
Yeah, I understand that, but yet, and I feel like this is kind of like a disrespect to the legacy that the Intercontinental Championship has because, think about the first ever champion, Pat Patterson, to many of the many of the greats that we know today has held the championship. And yet, I feel like that title needs to be defended more often. It needs to be defended tonight, and I'm hoping that's the case between him and Sami Zayn.
Oh my goodness. I don't
You
know.
know
We
what's
will see.
you know what's pretty bad to say that the 24/7 championship is defended more than the Intercontinental Championship,
Oh
which
my God.
Oh,
sucks.
No. My head hurts
that
now. Thank you,
oh.
sir.
All right, we'll come back. I want to talk a little bit more about Big E. Man, did WWE overpush him? Did they overwork the champion on Raw? That led to his failure as champion.
Mm.
And up next, also we'll play Trey takes on Trey. Jay. I'll explain more when we come back. J Trey Podcast. Stay tuned.
G. Work on being better when I'm 70. Your drip is just a water spring. You know I drip different, just the 7 C's. I deal with life different, make that lemon squeeze. Went off for my style and identity. Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why they envy me. On track, now we gon' way up. W's as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Way up, pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. I got his band like I'm Barry Bonds. Running through the money, but the money's long. I don't love it, but I need it, keep it coming on. Only friendly, me and friends, we don't get along. I put that on my name, that I put them on. I put myself on stage as they sing along. I might book a session, do 100 songs. I'ma let you hear them just to prove you wrong. On track, now we gon' way up. Don't be used as easy as a layup. Working late, stay up. Counting all the way up. Counting blessings, yeah, you know we pray up. Pray up. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going. On track, now we gon' way up. Now we gon' way up. Now we going.
Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push your limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now. Yeah, push your limits with you right now. Gotta get it right now.
It's funny because on this screen it tells me it's a completely different song playing. That's how bad it is again. Oh gosh.
Wow.
I mean, it says it's completed. Here, let's do this one. I
Wow.
love this one.
Wow.
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
I don't know. This is defining everything. All right, did you guys hear that the Rock and Roll Express is making their final tour and they're going after FTR? Just kick it off.
Wow.
So they're making
Yeah.
their retirement tour one last time, and their first opponents are FTR.
Wow.
I think at one point I know one half of that tag team is going to be taking on Matt Cardona tomorrow night for GCW.
Oh, is that your big news?
No. That ain't my big news. No. That ain't it. So, pretty much my big news was, I asked to say this, but do you guys remember the world's greatest tag team?
Yes.
I mean,
All right,
there's a lot of great tag teams. My greatest tag team is different than your greatest tag team. Hey Trey, can you do me a favor,
Yeah.
really quick? Can you kind of lower your camera so we can see, not just like it looks like you're looking up over something?
Yeah,
still.
it does look like it.
It looks like you're highlighting. If you could lower it down. Oh, there you go. Yeah, just sit up a little bit more. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you.
So, do you remember the individuals? Trey, do you remember them?
Yeah, wasn't it Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin?
Yes. So
Yeah.
last night so we all know Shelton Benjamin is on Raw, but we got a surprise last night from Impact Wrestling that Charlie Haas showed up to confront
That's not
Josh
a surprise
Alexander.
though.
But to me, this is really awesome news
Charlie Haas
because
has still been wrestling in like the indie circuit for quite a while.
but hey, but the thing is, to me, like he made his Impact
Is he
debut. That's
Impact
really
now?
awesome.
Yeah.
He is Impact, and yet next week we do get Charlie Haas taking on Josh Alexander, and I think that's going to be a really great match
I
to
think
see.
it was like 6 weeks ago. I heard a story about Charlie Haas that I think he got hurt or something like that, and through an indie promotion. But yeah, he's still very well involved. Still very well. He actually looks a lot better than he
looks
did.
incredible.
Yeah.
A lot incredible. And
I mean, and I think when he left WWE, there was some downward spirals for him. I think he dealt with the most difficulties. So, all right, I want to talk about two things before we play our game. you just brought up Shelton Benjamin. Obviously, Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Bobby Lashley is basically claiming that, hey, the Hurt Business is no more. I didn't have success with you. I'm not having. I'm gonna have success without you. Basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, and Bobby Lashley showed off. He was humiliated back on Monday. Hey, who would have thought? Hey, Brock Lesnar could tell jokes. Now they're cheesy, but they're jokes and they make people laugh.
Even Paul
Bobby,
Heyman.
who? But anyways, I
Brock,
mean, he took his frustration out of Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. We see this match coming to you at the Royal Rumble, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't necessarily know what the path is for Brock and for that title at Mania. Could we see possibly Bobby Lashley take on the Hurt Business in a handicap match to deal out his frustration with what the Hurt Business cost him? I mean, would that be part of a show? I mean, I think Bobby Lashley deserves more. He deserves to
Mm-hmm.
be in the main event. But because we're already seeing Bobby and Brock at Rumble, I don't know if we're going to necessarily see that again at Mania. Now, I think we should, but I mean, I digress on that. But, now we see, could Cedric and Shelton maybe get involved in the title match at the Rumble, and that could lead up to a possible Mania handicap match.
possibly. I mean, that was like with Randy Orton and Legacy with Ted DiBiase and Cody Rhodes. I mean, it would
Right.
surprise me there. But except it was a triple threat, not a handicap match, though.
Well, yeah, but it will be more like a handicap match. I think Bobby Lashley could deal with it, or I mean, maybe bring back MVP and make it a team match. I mean,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't like. I would love to see Bobby Lashley be the main event on night one, but I don't know if the WWE's version is to have the women's main event one of the nights and then the main event the other night. And if that's the case, I mean, I don't know if we're going to see Bobby because we're seeing Bobby and Brock at Rumble. I don't know if we're going to really see them together at Mania, and I don't know if Bobby is still going to be in that title picture, at Mania, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but go ahead, Trey. Go ahead.
Now I got a question. So if Bobby Lashley loses, who else does Brock Lesnar have on Raw to win this title from him?
I mean,
Nobody.
Seth Rollins, Kevin Owens, Big E could go back after like he should. I mean, we're
Um,
about to talk about Big E here in a moment, but I mean, there are options. I mean, well, he could always bring back somebody. I mean, you talk about the Forbidden Door. I mean, what about Moose? I know wouldn't Moose and Brock be a good match?
Moose
I,
wants
I,
to fight Roman.
well, I
yeah,
know, but listen, what's the next biggest thing? Brock Lesnar. You think about Moose coming in and having a match at Mania with Brock Lesnar? Like that, that's killing two birds with one stone.
I just had a thought is that if Bobby does lose his title match and he could be at the Rumble, imagine a confrontation between Moose and Bobby Lashley. Oh, that's gonna be
That
goosebumps
too.
to think
What
about.
about like we also spitballed here, but what about Brock and Roman still unifying the titles at Mania?
Yeah,
That's still a possibility. I mean,
it
I
is.
get it. I know that we had the Rumble. Maybe Brock enters himself into the Rumble last minute and wins it, and then now challenges Roman Reigns because that's the only other title to
Mm,
challenge. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm the possibilities are endless. I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, there's also a possibility that Shelton and Cedric is going to interfere and cost Bobby Lashley the title match.
and
It
that's what
could,
I'm thinking that's going to happen is,
which would
since.
lead them up to a match. Talking about it, hey,
Mhm.
some other wrestling news. FYI, they are bringing the Chamber to Saudi Arabia.
yeah, I
Yep.
heard about that.
February
Yeah,
19th. I know we all know, but people who are listening don't know. Okay, if they don't know, we are informing people. February 19th. Will be Elimination Chamber will be in Saudi Arabia. They've been working on this since November
Hmm.
because they got to bring this
okay.
across seas and everything. Like that's just
Interesting.
oh my goodness. Yeah. But they're also doing like a little tour over there as well. So they're actually doing other shows as well. I think they're doing like a whole week's worth of shows out there. So they're gonna tape it all in like 2 to 3 days, and then apparently it
It's
takes a couple of months to get that happening. I see. Okay, so I guess that's the thing. You got Crown Jewel. I don't know why, like some of these big events, you got to really take a different country. I mean, I guess okay, I get it. You got to have like this is the contract thing, but
Mm-hmm.
like, God, thank goodness that the Rumble or is not over there. Thank goodness
well,
SummerSlam's not over there. But I mean,
I mean, even though like the world's greatest, like what was it, the world's biggest Royal Rumble match that happened with like 40 men, like something like that.
The
I mean, it was
greatest Royal Rumble.
yeah, the greatest Royal Rumble. I mean, at least
yeah,
that one, like this,
it was a 50-man Royal Rumble match. I think you had like one. I think you had Natalia representing the female. I think you had one. No, that was the first one, so there was no female in that one. But anyways,
no, it was
um,
Natalia and
but that was
what's
Naomi.
God. No, it was Miss the American girl with the patriotic gimmick. Lacey Evans. Lacey Evans.
Oh, yeah, yeah. I forgot about that. See, where is Lacey Evans, by the way? She's still pregnant.
No, she
She
should be
did no.
making her comeback very soon.
She just
All
had a
right.
baby too.
So, Alexa Bliss, any thoughts of her return?
Uh,
Trey,
I
go.
don't really like this thing that they're doing. Um,
What are they doing? I didn't watch it.
they kind of, remember how they sent uh Daniel Bryan to a person to talk. When
Doctor
AJ when
Doctor
AJ
Pebbles.
leaves,
Psychologist.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's where she is, and she literally just destroys the office.
Well,
And she
what's wrong
also,
with that?
To me,
I don't.
The thing is,
go
we
ahead.
don't see enough outside segments outside the ring.
I understand
And
that.
although maybe it's repetitive and it's not your cup of tea, but it's also new. And this, I just, what I just hope that WWE doesn't do is build this up like it's supposed to be built. And I don't think it's building up wrong. But one thing, I hated the fact that they announced her return.
Yeah.
I hated the fact, and then now her return comes, and it's not like this big miraculous return, right? Like it's like I thought maybe Becky. This would have been Becky Lynch's next opponent. You know what I'm saying? Like because that's who took her out. But I just don't want to see WWE kind of put this in the can and say, "Oh, we're building this
Mhm.
up, but for nothing." You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be an outcome. But hey, when was the last time you saw something like this? Like people don't invade home anymore. Like besides besides what Seth Rollins going to Edge's home, like you
Hmm.
don't see the outside interaction. Like you don't see car. Like remember when they used to destroy cars all the time? You don't
Oh
see
Yes.
yeah,
any of
a
that
lot.
stuff. Like even the interviews backstage is inside of like at least a wrestling ring format. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing spectacular. I
Fancy.
remember back in the day they used to even walk into the locker room and say, "Oh," they don't do that no more, and that kind of takes the fun out of it. And so this is kind of fun, interesting. It's new. We haven't seen this in a while, especially through this writing team. So
I
I'm
mean,
enjoying
all
it.
I can tell you is like to me, you don't really need to have this gimmick continue going on. I felt like to be able to like have some like transformation for her to go back to like the Alexa Bliss way, the old style that we all know and love,
No,
and
come
instead,
on.
I'm not really.
No.
I'm sorry, but I'm just not a fan of this. I'm not a fan of this because it's like
So you're
yo,
telling me
it,
you're not a fan of the Fiend?
I am a fan of the Fiend, but the thing is, the Fiend is gone. The Fiend is gone.
How do you know? Maybe you'll come back.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, I mean, I love the Fiend, but yeah, he's not with the company anymore. So I mean, why continue on with this gimmick? Like,
Well, why
why? I
not?
mean,
Like, why not? This was Alexis Bliss's gimmick. Yeah, she kind of portrayed like the Fiend helped pave this gimmick, but this is now Alexis Bliss's gimmick. Like, let her. Like,
Right.
we don't have characters. That's a
yeah,
character. We
that's
don't
true.
have a
That's true.
like. Here's the thing. watching The Undertaker for so many decades, we had such a great mysterious gimmick. Think
Yep.
about Kane. Think about the Boogeyman. You just don't know what's going to come out of them next. And then that was so exciting to watch. Alexa Bliss does that. She now has a character that you just don't know what's coming out of it, and you love to see the ways that she's implemented. And make it mysterious, make it kind of thrilling to watch. I enjoy every second of what she's doing with this whole, this I call it Bray Wyatt's, female version of this. You know what I'm saying? Like this is what's Bray Wyatt's what's
The fire, the Firefly
no
Funhouse type of stuff.
no the well, I love that,
The
but what's the sister Abigail? Like
Abigail, yeah.
I thought I mean if Sister Abigail would have been Alexa Bliss this entire time, I would have been phenomenal with it. Like this is exciting stuff because you just don't know what type of creepy stuff coming out. I mean, when you watch SmackDown back in the day, you saw the Boogeyman come out, take a bag of worms and eat them. I'm like, oh my goodness, like this is
Yeah.
fun to
I
watch, right?
enjoyed the heck out of it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
When you saw like the mind games and the Titantron through for the Undertaker when he played the mind games, like back when they did like they burned the casket in with Randy Orton, you know what I'm saying? Like that was
Didn't they,
fun.
honestly, didn't they actually tie people on a symbol like Stone Cold and Orlando
Back with
Jordan
the
and all
Ministry
that?
of Darkness, they would sacrifice them, right? They even did that with
Yeah.
the Big Boss. They hung Big Boss Man back in what 99, 98 from after a
Yeah.
Hell in a Cell match. They hung him like.
May-
But what I'm
WrestleMania
trying to say
15.
is Alexa Bliss's character is fun. It's new.
It
It's
is.
different. Everybody in WWE is playing a certain. Everybody is in the WWE is playing the same character, in a sense. And you're seeing in every segment, you're seeing the same exact story being told, just with different names.
Yeah, I mean, you're right.
Like this
You're
is a
right. Yeah.
character. Like there's no like there's a very few characters now. Like Roman Reigns is the tribal chief. Yeah, he has that title, but there's like Seth Rollins. Sheamus is creating that character. This is that mysterious character that I think every decade now has to have that person. Bray Wyatt
Yeah, so-
dominated from 2010 to 2020 as with the Fireflies. His
well, I
character
mean,
was intriguing from the get-go.
technically, it was like more like 2013 to 2020.
You know what I'm trying to say, though.
Yeah,
Like,
I
you
don't
know the
understand what you're
overall
trying to say.
point. And
Yeah.
that entire from the transition from Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt family to the Fiend all synced together. There was not a dull moment. It wasn't just a regular, hey, this was Bray Wyatt coming out. No, there was a character behind it. And if you look at the women's division, every Carmella, Zelina, every woman is pretty much the same. Alexa
Mhm.
Bliss brings that character and brings that mysterious to wanting to watch each and every week. I want to see what's next.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree.
I'll-
I enjoyed every single second of.
Now, there's going to be some dull moments. I get
Mhm.
that. There's going to be some times where you may want to pull your hair at it, but I feel like they know the process, and if you trust that process, and as long as they stick with the process, it's going to turn out. Like I said, I just hope that the WWE down the road doesn't mess it up because they can very well do that.
I hope so too. I mean, but yeah, we'll have to see, especially on our road to the Royal Rumble. That's for sure.
All right, last thing we got to talk about here. I want to bring up Big E. Hey man, here's to tell you. Can you over push a champion so much that it doesn't credit him, it doesn't build him up?
Mm,
Here's the thing,
Uh,
and I was just you have to
I mean,
compare Big E to Roman Reigns. Why is so Roman Reigns? I think one of the things we could agree on: Roman Reigns doesn't wrestle every week.
Biggie does, yeah.
When Big E was put the title on him, and this even didn't even happen with Bobby Lashley. It's all about getting in and getting out. And Big E, when they put him at the beginning, they put him at the middle, and they put him at the end. They try to really push his championship run, right?
Yeah.
They over pushed it because each and every week he was in a match. Each and every week for like the last month and a half, 2 months, he was in a match. with Kevin Owens, with Bobby Lashley, with Seth Rollins, and you had him opening up the show. You had him in interviews at the show. You had him at ringside during the show. And then you had him at the main event, and you just pushed him so much. Where if you look at Roman Reigns, yeah, he's on once a week. Excuse me, sorry, once a week. But when was the last time he actually wrestled on a SmackDown? Back in the middle of December with Sami Zayn.
Mm,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
think that's
against
the last
Sami
match
Zayn.
was with Sami Zayn, and then previously after that, it was all maybe tag team matches with the Usos, right? You see him each
Uh,
and every week, but he's out there for one segment, right? I think. I mean, you've also seen him with tag team with the Usos back in November. Like, okay, so the point is that you don't necessarily see him wrestle each and every week, and when he does make it his appearance, he comes to the ring, he says what he has to say, and he gets it. He doesn't wait. He doesn't stick around. He doesn't stay. I mean, he may have one other segment throughout the show, but that's at the very end. The camera is not always on him like it was Big E.
Yeah, I mean
mm,
that was very very true because the thing is with me as like a champion, especially the main champion of the company or the brand, you got to be able to have all eyes on you. And yet, the thing is, I thought Biggie did a tremendous job. It's just the
Yeah.
company did not really have him that face. And yet people were wondering why isn't he getting the title shot? It's like whenever Kofi Kingston took on Brock Lesnar back at SmackDown for the no, the WWE Championship, and then where was Kofi's shot? He never got one. And then same thing with Big E. He's not getting one. I don't know why, but yet, like he deserved a title shot. He was the one that got pinned in the
Right.
first place. So I
Well,
feel like, go ahead.
I mean, I'm just stating like when Big E got that title put on him, it was such a babyface move that they tried to build him up like a John Cena. And you know how John Cena was open up each and every show to get the crowd pop reaction.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
I feel like over time though, you when you put them 4 or 5 segments in one show each and every week, and you have
yeah,
him actually wrestling fighting each and every week, I think that overvalued his actual, ability to be a champion a little bit. I mean,
yeah,
he's a great champion. He deserves that power. Yeah. Now we talked last week about how much of it was because the eyes for me at least looked at him like the New Day, where you can't really take him seriously. Well, I mean, like he accomplished a lot. He was the forefront. He went on shows. He did this, did that. I mean, he was at the Georgia game on Monday, right? I
yeah,
mean, so he's done a lot, or yeah, he's done a lot. But what I'm trying to say is that he also, um, I feel like he was overbooked during his
yeah,
run, which kind of
yeah.
ruined it. And now he's not even on TV.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely put a lot, and yeah, I will give him that. The problem was like I don't know if anybody noticed, but yeah, during his matches on Raw, he kept losing. He kept losing, or he either
Yeah.
get disqualified. So
That
yet,
too.
I mean, Biggie never really had that successful of a title run because he was always losing in every match.
And if
So
you
I
also
mean,
think about the athletes that he wrestled the guys that he was supposed to be wrestling in the pay per view, like or not or the premium live, right? I mean, he was wrestling Seth Rollins and Kevin Owens and
and
Bobby
Big,
Lashley before. I mean,
um, and then with what happened with Roman, but yeah, like they changed plans, and I felt like that was kind of like a spit to the face to Big E, because like it was supposed to be just a fatal four way for the WWE Championship,
yeah,
and he
but I
would have.
think that at the end of the day, this was a good decision for the WWE because I
I
feel like
understand
Big
that.
E's
Mm,
character was going to go down. I just don't like how now he's up in the air. It's like, okay, well, he's now a side cast, and now we have nothing left for him. And I'm
But the
like,
now do you,
thing,
well,
go ahead,
now do
sorry.
you think this is his time to turn heel?
Yes,
I
yes,
think it is.
okay, that's fine. But now, okay, let me tell you, if you're gonna turn heel, you need to change your look.
Yes.
get rid of
You need to get away from the New Day.
get rid of
I think
the singlet.
Yeah.
I
Well,
think he needs
the
to turn
singlet's
into
fine.
this.
It's just change it. I mean, look at Wardlow, right? Look
Yeah,
at
Yeah.
but hey, hang on, let Trey finish what we had to say.
I think he needs to turn into this monster heel. Like, hey, I'm gonna beat up everybody for not getting my title match. And you're right. He needs to change this whole New Day crap. Like, you're away from the New Day. You haven't been with the New Day in what, 2 years? Get away from that. Bring back Biggie Langston.
Yeah, bring yourself a different look. I mean, don't get me wrong, like, like this whole comic book thing for a theme and all that is cool, but yet, you have to be able to bring up something different. And I really feel like, if Biggie keeps losing, he's gonna get frustrated. He's gonna get tired. So yet, he lost a match against Seth Rollins, and yeah, he's on a losing column. So the only way to be able to get yourself back up is if it's at the Royal Rumble. So yeah, he has to be able to put himself to a test to be able to be prepared because he's gonna go after whoever the champion is, probably after WrestleMania. So yeah, you have to be able to bring in a different character within Big E.
Yeah, I agree. Well, all right, let's jump course and let's play Jake takes on Trey.
All right, let's do it.
Fun.
Yep.
All right. So all right. Trey. I want to tell you about these three categories here because this explains the weekend. Today is going to be about WWE champions. Tomorrow, I want you to do a little bit of homework because it's going to be about NCAA football teams. Okay. And then Sunday, it's going to be about the NFL. Fair enough?
All right.
Yeah.
So I'll give you more information tomorrow about tomorrow's topic. All right, coming into you for today, we have the top 5. Top 5 title reigns in the WWE. For the WWE Championship.
Didn't we hear that?
Nope, not yet. Top 5 WWE reign championships. Let me put you this way: the number 5s are tied for they're tied for 6 wins. So there's a 3-way tie in the 5th spot. I think there's like 7 people. So I believe who won last time?
Is this the longest reigning titles or
longest reigning WWE title?
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine.
We haven't had this one. Trust me.
I won the last time.
All right, so Trey, you go first. Your selection.
John Cena.
John Cena is correct. He holds number 1 spot with 13 WWE championships.
All right. My Triple H.
Triple H is also correct. He's holding 9. He is number 3.
Randy Orton.
Randy Orton is also correct. He has 10 with number 2 in the 2nd spot.
The Rock.
The Rock sits at number 4 with 8.
Oh.
So now you guys got to name one of the 3 that's tied for 5th spot. He's tied at 2 for the win. Trey.
I'm gonna go Edge.
Edge is incorrect. He's not in the top 5.
Shoot.
My biggest guessing is Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Stone Cold Steve Austin is correct. He sits at number 6. Can you guys name the other 2 just off the top of your heads?
Actually, you said top 5. You never said anything.
Yeah, but what it is
Stone
is that
Cold
the
don't
5th
count.
spot. No, Stone Cold does count. He's tied for the 5th spot.
Yeah. So
You literally just said he was 6th place.
Well, he's tied for 5th.
He's tied
with 2 other people for the 5th most reigning WWE championships. There was a total of 7 people that are in the top 5.
All right. Next one, I'm gonna guess it is Shawn Michaels.
Why are you shaking your head? Because Edge is not
Is
even
that
on
bad?
here. Shawn Michaels is not even on here. No, so tying it here, Hulk Hogan has 6 title wins, along with Stone Cold Steve Austin and the newly reigning, defending WWE
Brock
champion, Brock Lesnar. The Rock holds 8 at number 4, Triple H number 3 at 9, Randy Orton at 10, and John Cena at 13. Like how? Like it wasn't. Oh my goodness, Trey, you look confused over there.
No, this is bullcrap.
What do you mean it's bullcrap? It's a simple wrestling question. Hey, all right. So tomorrow in NCAA football teams, NCAA football team,
So what is the record now? Is it 3-1?
it's 4-1.
4-1. All right.
Yeah,
Four.
y'all have a conspiracy against me.
Oh, you sound like Sami Zayn. You sound like Sami
Oh
Zayn right
my god.
now. What are you gonna do? Hold like little protest signs that it's
Yeah,
conspiracy against Trey?
watch tomorrow.
Oh
All
my
right, we got to
lord.
step away.
Yeah,
When we come back, we will do you get the 5 minutes of fame for Jake, five top stories that we have not gotten a chance to cover, and
Yep.
hopefully Trey, by the time we come back, he can kind of maybe get some knowledge and be okay. His conspiracy theories
this
figured
is a
here.
conspiracy.
All right, we'll be right back here on the J Trey Podcast.
Speak with clarity, 'cause there's too much noise around us. Or maybe it's just me. There's trash in the sea, yeah, but I'm just too dry to reach it. So speak sincerely. Cause I'm still waiting, yeah, for you to come around and save me. Will you stay with me? I'm lost in America. Will you stay with me now? Cause I'm lost in America. Stay with me. I'm lost in America. Stay with me now. Cause I'm lost in America. So I crawl into the underground, find it hard to breathe. Cause there's too much dust in the air, and we can't reverse the wheel. Cause I found when I've searched around lately, the world seems to be the same. There's only room for the privileged and sacred, yeah. Oh, and I want to praise it. Will you stay with me? I'm lost in America. Will you stay with me now? Cause I'm lost in America. Stay with me. I'm lost in America. Stay with me.
Come on, computer, work.
I want to know you, but I don't know how. Cause every time I bump right into you, I get all tongue tied. Want you to know me, but I'm way too shy. I can't just go
Jake, you have
around
an issue with this
admitting
song?
that it's you
No, I thought you was playing clown music. Just start.
I had guts enough to flirt a
I
little,
thought you
but
was
I'm
playing
too
clown music. I was
scared
like,
I'll fail.
You
I
okay,
wish
Jake?
that I could listen to
I'm
the
I
good.
know
voice
the
I made.
the.
I wish that I always
I mean, like when you
Oh
started the song, I was like, "Is he
Don't
saying?"
waste your time, 'cause you're running
yeah.
out. Give it a go
Listen,
and try.
it's just
Only
I have
take
all the
one
selections here. I need to change it up a
even
little
if she
bit.
tells you no, then at least you
I need
Um,
some more Mountain Dew. I am definitely not awake right now.
yeah, you definitely need some more Mountain Dew. All right, well, you need to drink that Mountain Dew because we have the 5 minutes of fame with Jake right now,
Yeah,
featuring Jake. Oh my god, I hear an echo.
it's all good on my end.
I know it's all good in your end. It's probably just my computer not wanting to work. Oh my goodness. All right,
All right.
5 minutes with Jake. Trey, I'm gonna take you off for a minute just so I could get matter of fact, Jake, Trey, I'm gonna keep you on just so that I can get your also quick 2 second thoughts on this. But yeah, mainly with Jake, okay? 5 minutes. Um 5 minutes of fame. Here we go. All right, number one, Cincinnati Bengals raise up the ticket prices to avoid the Las Vegas Raiders from buying all the tickets this Saturday. Bengal fans are not really happy with that.
Yeah, they're not happy. I see what they're trying to do. They're trying to buy all the tickets that way. No Bengals fans can get in there to be rowdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I understand that, but yet, raising up your ticket prices, especially for y'all's first time in the playoffs since I don't know how long, that's kind of a really stupid thing, and yet that doesn't really bring up all the excitement at the what y'all stadium name. But either way, though, really stupid in my opinion, and yeah, ignorant.
All right, so on the Bengals side, we have a little bit of Pittsburgh Steelers in the five news. Yesterday, Ben Roethlisberger comes out, kind of doubting his team, saying that, "Hey, we barely made it to the playoffs. We have no chance against the Kansas City Chiefs." Big Ben already thinks that his time is done, ready to go. He's okay losing if he comes into a loss Sunday. Sunday night against the Chiefs.
Yeah, I seen that the other day, and after what happened whenever we first played the Kansas City Chiefs, about a couple of weeks ago, I don't blame Big Ben because the Kansas City Chiefs proved how much of a dominant team that they are, and the fact that they're the number two seed in this playoffs kind of amazed me. But yeah, I mean at this point, like as a Steelers fan, like this is going to be an all out slugfest whenever the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, and
Right.
as a Steelers fan, I mean, I don't blame Big Ben because he knows how good the Kansas City Chiefs are.
FYI, we're going to talk all about football tomorrow. By the way, that's why we're doing all of wrestling today. But these are just great stories to cover. All right, coming in at number three, Marshawn Lynch has agreed upon being part of the broadcast team on Thursday Night Football with the Amazon deal. Amazon is now taking over Thursday Night Football coming up this fall, and their broadcast team is going to include Marshawn Lynch.
The same Marshawn Lynch that said, "I'm only here so I won't get fined." That type of Marshawn
Exactly.
Lynch.
Yes.
Wow, the Skittles man himself, aka the Subway man. I don't know how I feel about that because in fact that from what we know as Marshawn Lynch, the player, he was never the one that likes to be interviewed. He hates press conferences, but for him to be able to do something different, this is definitely way out of his comfort zone. So I'm really interested in seeing how a broadcast would be with Marshawn Lynch. If I was whoever that was working with him, I'd bring in some Subway and some Skittles for him.
Oh my goodness. Trey, thoughts on that?
Hmm. I wasn't even paying attention. This is Jake's thing.
I know, but I mean, if you got okay, fine. I
Okay.
see what it is.
I don't
Mo-
even
All right,
know.
number two, number coming in at number two, retired a retired former Rams player, Eric Riddle, has just re-signed with the Rams earlier this week. 39-year-old Eric Weddle has just agreed come out of retirement to play for the Rams. Obviously, the Rams are having some issues in the backfield, right, secondary, and they have agreed to sign Eric Weddle to a contract to play in the postseason.
That wow, and I mean that is really really interesting. The fact that a 39-year-old player, kind of like up to Tom Brady's age, goes out and your first game back, you're playing against the Cardinals Monday. So I gotta ask you this though, Justin. You're a big Rams fan, so yeah, how do you feel about this?
I'll be lucky if he gets 15 snaps. I mean, you really think he is going to be? I mean, there was a tweet about his picks about okay, guess who's coming back to LA and it has his beard because Eric Weddle's known for his big beard.
Yeah,
Like it was like I think it's the beard. I think Manscaped has a big beard. I don't know what that logo is, but he has a big beard, and I'm okay with it. But it's a little. I don't know how much time he's
skeptic.
gonna play.
Yeah, I mean, I would definitely keep an eye on this, considering the fact that y'all play against the Cardinals on Mondays. So definitely gonna be an interesting one though, for sure.
All right. So coming in at number one is kind of, well, I guess the last couple years, Jake, the Tom Brady has been trying to get apparel in his own branding. Well, it's been officially released that Tom Brady has his own Brady store. Now, here's the thing. Okay, let me ask you a question. How much would you
Mm-hmm.
pay for a ball cap?
As far as like a ball cap, like 25, maybe $30 at least. Wow, what's
Maybe
up?
like a good majestic one, maybe like up to $40, right? No more than
Yeah,
like
so,
$40.
no more than that.
Tom
Yeah,
Brady has a ball cap with it just says Brady on it for $65. That's one. He
Ouch.
has
what?
a T-shirt. Yeah, hold on. It gets better. He has a plain black T-shirt. Okay, just it has nothing on it. Nothing. It's just like it's a collared T-shirt. Um, Goes for $120. Like something you could buy at like Costco or Walmart. Um,
That sure better make you feel like you're
the
wearing a blanket.
he has like a gray shirt that says Brady across the chest, $50. Um, he has a Brady hoodie that goes. He actually
Three
has a
hundred.
Brady jacket. He has a Brady jacket. It has Brady little letters. I'm talking little letters. I want to show you guys little letters up in the corner of his like really corner, tiny. $165.
Holy crap.
What?
It gets
Who
even
who is
better. Hold on, it
who is
gets even better.
Brandon?
His sweatpants, his jogger pants that says maybe Brady and tiny. I'm talking about like 11 size font. Okay, you guys,
$50. He's
11,
making $50.
145. Jogger
Oh my
pants,
gosh.
jogger
Exactly.
sweatpants, 160. Okay, he also has a storm shifter insulated vest, kind of like for winter storms, 250. Um, he has this like raincoat. You know how much the raincoat goes for? He has a regular beanie, a green beanie, just a beanie, no logos, nothing on it. $50.
70.
50. You can
Wow.
you but
Hold
he has
on,
this
hold on.
he has a raincoat. It's a flex raincoat with the little Brady on top of where his shoulder is. $350.
Who was branding the stuff? Who was
I'm
branding
like,
this?
dude, but like I'm just like if you're gonna spend that much just for a Brady, it doesn't have his face on it, it doesn't have an autograph, it just says Brady in smaller print. If you're buying that stuff, it must be the top line stuff, if you know what I mean. Like I go
How
to
much?
Walmart, Target, Old Navy, and maybe I don't go spending that much.
I'll say this though, it probably felt like it's deflated like half of his football they throws. I mean, what in the world? Like what? I
Yeah.
mean, like, Tom Brady is one of the greatest quarterbacks there is, but I mean, the prices though, there, TV, you got to chill it down a little bit because
Mm,
no one's got money to pay for a beanie for like $50, and for a pair of sweats that people want to wear this time of the year. I mean, that is just outrageous. That is just like outrageous. Like I paid like I would say this. I ain't afraid to admit this. I paid $110 on a Jordan brand sweats and a matching shirt.
Right.
But but that's not as bad as the Tom Brady stuff. I mean,
It's interesting.
shoot,
Like okay, so you know what I'm wearing right now? I'm wearing the NXT shirt that Trey got me.
yeah,
mm-hmm.
And I'm also wearing just a pair of sweatpants. And I got these pair of sweatpants. And they're very comfortable at Walmart. You know how much I
yeah.
paid for them? Like $6. Like, I mean, I just don't know why you would want to spend that much money on like from Tom Brady. I would expect more of a logo out of him. Like, but he's trying to brand his last name, and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, like, you know how much I would pay for like a regular like graphic T-shirt that has like a rock and roll band or something like that? I mean, I pay like probably like
right,
$7 or $8 at Walmart. I mean, Trey can tell you because he sees half the stuff I wear. I'm like, I only pay like $8 for this. I mean, I tell Courtney like, hey, I see like Stitch stuff at Walmart, and she's like, oh my gosh, how much? I'm like, it's $6. Go to Walmart, go pick stuff up a Stitch shirt.
right.
And I mean, that's just a little bit too much. I mean, I'm
I
sorry, but
mean,
no.
I've spent $40 on a beanie.
I mean, I
Yeah,
did
but I
spend. I
mean,
mean,
okay, I spent $40 on a beanie. I spent $40 on a Bengals beanie, though. Like, like it has some sort of logo on it that represents something. Just to get a regular, I don't know, T-shirt that's like it's all one color, and it's like you could just buy that. You could buy 6 of those for like maybe a fifth of that price.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I
That's
think
just
I truly think that what Brady's doing was like really stupid. But yeah, I think in the meantime, he doesn't really need to focus on his branding because he's got to go try to focus on the Philadelphia Eagles this
do
Sunday.
you really think he's focusing on his brand right now? I mean, he's not. I mean, he has many people that could be doing that for him. I mean, it's
I'm,
sad to see. That's I mean, who would pay $350 for a like winter like a rain jacket? Like this is like one of those heavy set rain jackets you would see them almost wear on the NFL field. I mean, but I wouldn't even spend that
I,
much.
I mean, we'll probably like whenever we get to like the broadcast on Sunday, we'll probably see him wearing
Oh
like
Lord,
his gear, and I'm
you
like,
better be wearing this gear.
I mean, he probably will. Then he'll probably get his little sidekick. I'm Gronkowski. I wear Brady stuff. Look at me wearing this $100 stuff. So I
Maybe you'll
mean,
see Antonio Brown wear his Brady stuff after coming out saying that he was wrong to act the way he did.
I mean, if Antonio Brown pretty much like took off his shoulder pads and he started doing jumping jacks, I don't think Antonio Brown doesn't really care about clothes at the moment. So, but I will tell you this though,
Oh,
is that and I know we'll get to this tomorrow. This has been the wildest NFL season in years.
gosh, I mean, play teams don't even deserve to be in there. You know what? Also is wild. CM Punk taking 8 power bombs. One of them goes through a table, and he still wins the match.
He's Superman. He's Superman.
Superman.
No.
That's that what we're calling it. We're calling him Superman.
Go,
All
go,
right, no,
go
but
ahead.
no, seriously though. So, okay,
Sorry.
how good does
But
Warlow look?
Does a what?
Warlow?
Wardlow. I think he looks tremendous. I mean, Joe, he's been doing a really good job as like playing the character to be MJF's quote unquote bodyguard. But over the last
Yeah.
couple of weeks, I mean, you got to think about this though, is that the Pinnacle have not been really on the same page. I mean, especially since MJF was forced Wardlow to work with Shawn Spears, and like he expects Spears to make Wardlow get the job done per match. And then you see Shawn Spears attacking whoever Wardlow faces with a chair. And so MJF says, if you didn't get the job done, you know what? I'm gonna send the chairman. I'm gonna send Shawn Spears. You're
Right.
gonna send Shawn
Well,
Spears out.
he I mean, not only I think one thing. I mean, okay, Trey, you watch a Dynamite Wednesday?
I watched a little bit of it.
A
I
little bit of it.
tuned in.
Did-
I tuned in just to see CM Punk fight Willow. Then
And
seeing him get
if people
power bomb
don't
multiple.
see him, I mean, Warlow would also he used to come out just in the black singlet. Like his
Yeah.
wardrobe finally having stuff on his like he and the beard, like that beard makes him look a little more like a destruction person now. Like I really love the what he's done to himself to make him look like a top game, and he's really yeah, I mean, I guess in my opinion, he's really he shows that he belongs there, and eventually, I think he's going to get the push that he desperately desires.
I mean, if we're talking about like top powerhouse wise, especially in the roster, I can definitely say he's the best powerhouse there is yet. I mean, he looked really, really incredible, and I mean, and I want to clear things up. I don't know if you guys have heard the rumors about Wardlow going to WWE. He made it very clear that he started
Mhm.
he started his career with AEW and he's ending his career with AEW. So he's not going to WWE.
Right, but just for a side note, there are several contracts expected to expire, and so what Tony Khan has done, he has hired on top of that, and he's kind of overstacked the roster in case they are not willing to continue with those contracts. They're going to let them expire, and
No,
then
get to negotiate.
reevaluate the situation. And one of the contracts is Warlow. So, but here's
Yeah,
the thing. I mean, with this whole forbidden door, maybe it opens up opportunities. Hey, if I'm allowed to be wrestling the opponents that I want to wrestle, um, in the indie circuit on Raw or SmackDown, right? With this
Yeah.
forbidden door, or I'm able to go to that promotion brand and still, have a great feud with somebody. Maybe I still want to be with the WWE. I mean, because I think still right now the milestone, like the ultimate place to be is still the WWE. I mean, if you're not in the WWE, where are you? AEW?
Well,
AEW is outcasting a whole bunch of star talent and they can't promote every single one of them. So, I mean, it's taken weeks, if not months, to have people, have the
to
top of the line.
me, as far as like AEW wise, I mean, I really feel like that. This is me. I don't know. I'm pretty sure, Justin, you probably seen the stuff that they did with Impact. I want that to continue. I want because it'll allow many talent to be able to continue to make a spotlight for themselves outside of the company. Like, you
Right.
sent Kenny Omega over. I mean, they're trying to send Sammy Guevara over, and he didn't want to do that. But
You
yet,
got
have
FTR
whoever. I mean,
doing his good
FTR didn't
stuff
really
in
get.
LA.
Yeah, but I mean, the thing is, though, is that my point is that they need to be able to continue with that. I mean, the only relationship I know that AEW has is with AAA. That's with FTR holding those AAA Mega Crown Tag Team
Right.
Championships.
And the only
So I mean,
reason why they stopped the working with Impact right now was because they needed all of their athletes on deck. They
Mm.
needed and they also I think from my understanding, I think Impact was a little too comfortable using their talent without any what's the right word? Approval or like they're
yeah,
not
yeah.
like they were just using them galore and not really saying, okay, hey, this is really AEW's roster that we're using, and we're not giving that proper dedication to, hey, this is
Well, I mean, you also got to think about this though. I mean, AEW is still trying to be able to work their relationship with New Japan because we've seen that last year, and so yet, I mean, with Moxley still trying to be able to get involved with New Japan once when he comes back. I mean, hopefully that will be the case for the partnership to continue on between AEW and New Japan because to me, I enjoyed seeing the guys from New Japan, with Yuji Nagata to Tomohiro Ishii. I mean, and yet to Rocky Romero. I really
yeah.
feel like that needs to be able to continue, and you want to be able to continue to build your stars, especially outside of the U.S. I mean, that would give a lot of fans to be able to check out some of your promotions and to be able to look at the star, and they can be a world star for all they matter. I mean, we've seen that with Jericho, we've seen that with Moxley, and there's plenty of opportunities for all these guys and girls, so to speak, in that locker room.
It was funny because Trey, you messaged us Wednesday night, and you're like,
Mhm.
Lance versus Hangman, and I'm like, wait, you watch AEW Dynamite? uh,
I was so shocked with that. I was
that's
like,
coming from you. I'm
So
like,
so
you're officially
basically,
converted if you're telling me on the spot.
I was sitting here. There was nothing on YouTube. I wasn't playing no video games. I thought, oh shoot,
Wait, hold on,
AEW's
hold on.
on.
We got to stop you there. You weren't playing video games.
No.
What?
what?
Is this a new Trey we're
What?
seeing in 2022?
And I was bored with no Roblox, Madden, and there was
Wow.
absolutely nothing on um YouTube. I was like, oh shoot, what's today? I checked my phone. It's Wednesday. Oh shoot, AEW's on, and as soon as I turned it on, the CM Punk match was on, and I enjoyed that match, and I was hoping Waldo would beat the heck out of MJF.
But
um,
I think this finally sets the table for MJF and CM Punk, though. Like this
And,
is
and
officially.
MGF is acting like he's scared of CM Punk. He won't fight him. There's
See, you can
always an
talk the talk,
excuse
but you
every
can't
week.
walk the walk. Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
See,
I was telling Trey this is like, how many times are you going to be able to build this, and yet, when is the match going to happen? I mean, yo, Punk went through Wardlow, and now he's got to go through Shawn Spears. And I asked Trey the other day, I said, what's next? FTR? Find Punk a mystery partner and make him face
I
FTR?
guess okay. So Trey and Jacob, this is for both of you guys. Then Okay, isn't that the same thing that Brian Danielson had to do to get to Adam Page?
I
In a
mean,
different, in a little different tweaked segment though. Like, okay, so in order for Brian Danielson, he like Page didn't want the fight right away. He wanted to recover from his match with Kenny Omega. Well, Danielson in the meantime faced half of half of his team just to get to Hangman.
I didn't really think about that, but I mean, you actually brought up a good point. I
So
mean,
you're just you're
Daniel,
kind of in opinion just reiterating the same exact storyline, just in a different concept. I mean, you built this promo. These two guys were great in promo all this entire time. Okay, even Trey knew about the promo for not watching it, but he heard of the promos. These were great promos, and now he has to fight so many people just to. I mean, and then on top of that, did we not see this with MJF a couple of months ago with Chris Jericho? Didn't
yeah,
Chris Jericho
yeah,
had to go through a handful of people in order to get to MJF also? So
yeah. A
we
lot of
in the
people, yeah.
last like 4 months, we've seen the same exact scenario in storylines. Just tweaked a little bit. Just a little
That,
bit.
yeah, just a little bit. I mean, Joe, the Jericho situation was different. The Danielson situation was different. I'm just ready for this match to finally happen. I mean, it's been since
I'm with you.
November. It's been since
It-
November, since the end of Full Gear, since they started hyping up this match, since they started building up this match. And yeah, I was asking Trey, I'm like, can we please hurry up and get to this match? Because I want to see these two going at it. Because Pun trying to be a really good face, and then of course you got one of the best heels in the business right now, MJF. I mean, I'm hoping that after Shawn Spears and then FTR that we'll finally get to this match happening between MJF or Punk. But then again, my probably biggest guess is they're gonna wait till March for Revolution.
And I'm ready. I'm just ready for MGF to get put to sleep. CM Punk just needs to shut MJF's mouth and be done with him.
I
Move
think we can
on.
all agree that they want to fight each other, but I mean, I think there's a bigger story now to say. Is AEW repeating that? Like I just thought about that, and I mean, I don't
Yeah,
want to overthink it, but they in the last 5 months they've really just repeated a scenario. I mean, okay, different people, different, I guess, categories on how to approach it, but they still approach the same exact thing. They just been on a rewind the last 5 months.
yeah. I definitely do
Yeah.
agree, but yeah, I mean, you got to be able to build some sort of storyline in every way. I mean, there's a lot happening with AEW. I mean, don't forget, the newest member of AEW made his debut finally this past Wednesday. I mean, the silence.
Oh,
All right,
Waiting
but
for
I'll
you,
go ahead and
Trey. You all right,
um,
Trey? What's the
all
matter?
right. Trey, you
The
okay?
something's
laptop
going
not
on.
plugged in.
Something's going on with the laptop.
Oh.
All right. Well,
Give
I'll
me
go ahead
just
and
one.
All right, why don't we do this? Let's take a break. Trey will figure out what he has to figure out. We're in the show on the high note. How about that?
yeah,
We'll take a
absolutely.
break here on the J and Trey podcast.
be saved by rock and roll. You can take my money, steal my car, and sell my
All
clothes.
right. You know what? I love a good Friday right now. I used to hate Fridays, by the way.
Yeah.
I used to
Fridays.
love Mondays. I was a big Monday guy.
Mm.
Yeah, definitely love
Well,
these from Fridays. So
I mean, I was a big Monday guy because it kept me organized. Because I had like an
yeah,
actual set thing I had to do on a schedule. Like weekends come around, like I didn't have enough to do. I was the most unorganized person on the weekends, and then came Monday morning, and I'm like, oh, that's even better. Well, I am a big Monday person, but I really don't like Fridays anymore. Uh, because I mean, I'm growing on Fridays. Let me put it that way, because I got to do my other job. I got to work, and now
yeah,
I'm working like don't get off until like midnight, 1 o'clock. I come home and I go to bed, and by the time I get up and then all that stuff, and so now I have a couple of days to relax and recoup, and tomorrow's gonna be fun. We come back on tomorrow at 1 to 3 in the afternoon because Trey and I have NWF that we have to attend to.
and plus, hopefully, with fingers crossed, after today, if things go well, then I'll be able to get a chance to return back to work tomorrow. So keep your
Oh
fingers crossed on that one.
yeah,
Yeah.
yes, I'm excited.
so
You must be
so I
excited. It's
gotta.
been like a couple of weeks now, huh?
It's been pretty much almost 2 weeks. So I gotta go get tested today, and if things go well, then yet I will get a chance to finally get a chance to go back to work tomorrow. So just keep your fingers crossed on that. It's been, with the whole, policy thing, I got to be able to follow. So I'm just ready to get back to work. I'm just ready just to be able to get back to work and finally get a chance to do some stuff. What was that? I heard someone say, yeah. Does it sound like
Well,
Trey trying to be able to talk to a microphone?
do you want to go back to
No.
work or do you not? Do you not want
Yes.
to go back to
Yeah,
work?
I do. But that sound, though, it sounds like Trey was trying to be able to say, yeah, through a microphone.
Nope.
Oh, my. Oh
uh,
my
let's-
gosh, we
I
we
got.
really having this now. We really having
Well,
the sound effects now.
I mean, I was all right. So Trey, I was looking into tomorrow. Ella is going to be in action tomorrow night
Yes, and I
versus
told
I
Courtney, and
believe
she didn't say a thing about
Selena Dean, right? Is that her
it. Yep.
opponent, Dean, and then Rex versus DC
Yes.
Yeah.
also.
Uh,
But tonight you got I think tonight you got Mr. J taking on Sean Evans at the Winter Fest down at the Bone Crushers Academy in Cincinnati, Ohio. If you guys are looking to you guys want to get tickets for tomorrow, which is going to be at the Indoor Hits Complex, I believe. You
Yep.
can head on over to nwfwrestling.com for all that information there.
yeah.
Um, and we're going to Raw later on this month. We got Riley Matthews. We got a couple of interviews going on. We're working on still. It's going to be a big weekend, and we're going to get a chance to talk a lot of football this weekend, man. It's crazy.
Also, to me, I'm very excited because if you guys are in the Florida area, January 29th, Extreme Fight Nation is having a big event, XFN 40. It's going to be live in January 29th. It's going to be a lot of great fights. I cannot wait to get a chance to do that. Also,
Why
finally,
book it on a Royal Rumble Saturday?
that's exactly what it is on January 29th. XFN Extreme Fight Nation. I know they'll have the stream up, but if you guys are in the Florida area, make sure you guys head over on their Instagram at XFN. And also, I do want to be able to confirm something. I've been talking to Britt about this, and she can finally go ahead and confirm with me that on February 18th, Knucklemania 2, The fight's going down. Bret Hart finally gets a chance to get that fight she wants against Christina. So it's all going to go down, and I wish her the best of luck on that. It's going to be
How can
explosive.
we watch it? Is it on pay per view? Is it on
And
HBO? Is it
you guys can check it out on. You can go to the Bare Knuckle Fighting Championship app, and then it will tell you all the details from there. It's only like probably like maybe like $10 just to be able to get a chance for you to watch the fight. I know they're gonna have a former UFC fighter be a part of that event, so yeah, it's gonna be a great night full of exciting fights. I definitely know that Taylor Starling is going to be keeping an eye on this one, especially with whoever wins this big one. So a lot of great fighting news for sure, and you know once again, I do guys. I'm trying to be able to get some more guests. Hopefully, I can. I know I got Count Nelson going to be joining us next month, but hopefully, I'm trying to be able to get my fingers crossed. I talked to Trey about this. Hopefully, I can get the next big thing, Taylor White, to be able to get just to join us. Hopefully next week, but I'll keep you guys
while
up to
while
date.
you're promoting, throw in once again how we could win a free Brian Danielson autograph.
Might as well go ahead and bring that up real quick. Make sure you guys head over to our TikTok at TNC Sports Talk. All 3 ways to win. Make sure you guys head over to the pin post that I made earlier this week. You guys comment, share, and of course, don't forget to follow us. 2 winners will be announced for 2 giveaways on the day of the Royal Rumble event. You
The
can ask for
29th.
more.
And
The
I will tell
29th.
you that guess who's picking the winners?
Who's picking the win?
Trey.
I'm
his
picking
job.
the winners.
Yeah, you got to pick the
Yes.
winners. Do not play favorites. I
And
want you to close
also,
your eyes and pick a winner.
I definitely got to send you pictures of the LA Coliseum, Justin, because
Yeah.
it's so crazy how a football field transitions into a racetrack, and
You know
very
what's
very
more interesting? A baseball field being transitioned. Like, okay, so it's one thing like if your baseball field was a also football field stadium, but Petco Park was not a football field up until this year.
yeah. I mean,
That was
same.
beautiful.
I mean, also to see the Diamondback Stadium turn to a football field. That was
Yeah, that's
excuse me
pretty
awesome.
amazing.
To see Fenway Park, to see the New York Yankee Stadium. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
but
a
see,
lot of
Chase Stadium and Fenway has done it before. Like that's nothing new. Petco Park was not constructed to fit a football field, and yet again they made renovations to have that. All right.
yeah.
So let me ask you this because it looks like we're just BSing the last 15 minutes, which is fine by me. I'm not.
Yeah, it's fine on me. Yeah.
Who
Also,
likes cereal? You do?
Me.
You guys love Lucky Charms?
is it the tart burner? Is it what I think it is? Is it the tart burner?
I don't know. What do you think it is? Well, okay. I actually have 2 stories. One, I'll get back to Lucky Charms. One, Fruity Pebbles is now in pancake mix.
Yeah, I've seen that as well as
Huh.
You could actually buy pancake mix with Fruity Pebbles in them.
Didn't know.
Well, no, not Fruity. Cocoa Puffs. Cocoa Puffs. That's what it was. Cocoa Puffs.
Ooh, that actually does
Cocoa
sound
Puffs
really
and
good.
pancakes. No. So Lucky Charms and Cinnamon Toast Crunch is coming together for a limited time only. You could have a Lucky Charm Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. They will actually shrink down the Cinnamon Toast Crunch down to a Lucky Charm oat,
That
and you could have it with your marshmallows. How do you guys eat your cereal? Like, do you guys eat all your marshmallows together? Do you like how do you eat your
I
cereal?
are we gonna have this debate about who puts in the cereal first and then who puts in the milk first
No,
and
no, no. I'm
whatnot?
just asking, how do you guys eat your cereal? Like for me, I mean, some people will separate all the marshmallows from the oat and eat the oats first, and then, or like for me, I like to make sure and spread out the marshmallows so I can have a scoop of marshmallow and oats at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like some people are
Well,
weird like that. I don't know. I'm just asking.
Me
I got a
myself.
question. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Me myself. I don't give a crap. I eat it all.
Yeah.
Put it in my
I
mouth.
You get
I
a
do
small
have one
bowl. You get
question.
one of those glass bowls. Like put a gallon of milk in there and put the entire box in. I mean.
Well, I have something very interesting for you guys, and yet I'm pretty sure you guys are going to go to the store after I tell you all this. Do you guys remember the Oreo Cakesters?
The Oreo cakesters?
Yes.
Yes.
You never had the Oreo Cakesters?
Nope.
Oh, it
Well,
was.
guess what? Guess what? Now we're gonna have a segment with Justin try something.
Well, I'm telling you this right now. The reason why I'm talking about the Oreo cakesters is because finally, after for so long, all the Oreo fans have been waiting for this. But the Oreo cakesters is back, and they're back on the store. So you have to make sure you guys
This is
pick up
coming
some
from a
boxes.
person that just tried his first Oreo like just a few months ago.
It was last year. Okay, it was last year. Don't at
Yeah,
me.
like a couple months ago. Like literally like within 3 months ago, you just tried your first
No, that's a
Oreo.
lie. That's a lie. Trey can tell you it was last year. It was last year. Was it not,
Well,
Trey?
yeah, a couple months ago.
Not. Oh my
Guess
Like it
lord.
was like
what?
in the fall time. Like
What?
Guess
What,
who's
Trey?
going to the store straight after I get off the podcast?
You?
Me. I'm gonna go look for them.
Yeah, hey, they also
Oreo
have
cakesters.
they have the Nutter Butter ones as well. In case you guys, if you guys like those, they also have those out there as well. To me, I just wanted to find like the Pokemon Oreos. I've seen those, and I'm like, I really want to find me like a pack. Also, if you
all right,
like
Trey.
confetti cake,
Jake, this one's for you. Any weird addictions that you have to do?
what?
Yeah, is
Any
there like any weird addiction? Like, okay, it's like for me, like I have to count out. I have to count the steps I take. I live in an apartment. I go up and down steps. I have to count each step going up.
no. Like I just like what I usually
Like
do
I
is like
have
I just
10
like
steps on each or I have 10 steps on the first set of stairs. I have 9 steps and 9 steps.
yeah.
Like I have to
Well,
count.
I don't really do anything like weird. Like what I usually do is like besides help clean around the house or to do some stuff. I usually just like focus on listening to music. And after we got the show, I'm actually getting ready to listen to Skillet's new album. I couldn't be able to get a chance to last night because where I had to call 2 nights of the both races and watch Impact, so I didn't really have enough time. Plus, I had to go to sleep. So I'm definitely going to be get ready to tune into some new music
It's gonna be
here
fun
after the
because
show.
you're not only you're doing the show, you're calling games, and you're also working.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a tough balance for you, Trey. What are you up to? Like, what
I
you just
have
sit around, you do the
a weird addiction.
okay.
My food, it bothers me if my food touches each other. So
Oh
basically,
no.
if I have chicken, mashed potatoes, and mac and cheese on my plate,
All right,
I
Monk.
hate my stuff touching.
He's the new Adrian Monk.
So what do you need? Like three separate plates for those food?
No, no, no.
He just
When
can't
they're all
touch.
on the same plate, let's just say
I
my
should
mac.
give him. I should give you a big bowl of vegetables and have you separate the peas and the corn.
Oh no,
See that
no.
doesn't bother me. It's been like, for instance, if I'm eating like barbecue pork, right,
Yeah,
and I have mashed potatoes on a plate.
yeah.
If that barbecue touches a piece of my mashed potatoes, I will not eat that mashed potato.
Oh my goodness.
Well then, all I'm gonna tell you is once when you come down here and see me, once when we go out, if we go out to like a Cheddar's, you are gonna hate what I do because I always get the country
They
fried
all go
steak,
to the same place.
and then hang on. But yeah, what I do is that I usually put corn on top of my mashed potatoes. And I know that Trey's gonna hate
I
that.
love
Oh,
that actually. I love that.
I mean, it's really good, especially when you have the gravy. Okay, now I'm hungry now. Like this show doesn't need to end because I am a little bit hungry now.
Oh, hey, you guys.
What's up?
Great show. We'll be back again at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Check us out. You guys want to reach us out on your social media? You guys can check us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Don't forget to check out our TikTok to win a free autograph from Brian Danielson. Hey, you guys, thank you. Sorry for the gets and
Y'all good.
the problems.
Hopefully that it was a great
Hey,
show.
we
Regardless.
got SmackDown tonight. We got Rampage on
Rampage.
tonight. That's going to be a great show. We're going to talk some football because football starts tomorrow with the Raiders and Bengals at 4:30. I know
All
Trey
And
righty.
don't
is
forget,
not because Trey can't watch it. So
and don't forget, everybody watching, there is a conspiracy here on the J Trey
Oh
Podcast
Oh my lord! Here we
against
go.
me.
Just shut
what
it
is
off.
it? What's the conspiracy?
Yeah.
What's the conspiracy? You do topics that I can't think of.
It's
Especially this
called.
big atomic topic tomorrow.
Oh my goodness! It's called doing your homework. I thought you said you're a wrestling fan. You're a WWE fan, right?
I think you set this game up just for Jake to win.
Hey, don't wait. Hey,
Here's a conspiracy.
I say, yeah, Armchair Booking said Raider Nation, Trey.
Go Bengals.
They both
All
suck.
right, well,
so
hey,
go do them.
Armchair Booking. I hope you guys take care of yourself.
Hope you guys take care of
and,
yourself.
Hopefully, we get to see you guys soon. But hey, up until then, on behalf of Trey, Jake, and I, you guys are listening to the J and Trey Podcast. Thank you guys for tuning in. Until next time, until tomorrow, you guys have a wonderful day. Adios.